It's the other funny number. Al thought there is nothing funny about it. Arjik S. Mug.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to Game Night. It is just approaching 8:30 because I've had sound problems, but it is Thursday the 16th of July. It's time for the penultimate episode of Game Night Season 22. I hope you're all keeping well and cool. Apologies for that delay at the start. Hello, dog. Would you like to come and say hi? Oh, if you could maybe not get yourself wrapped up in the Cat 6, that would be great. Because otherwise the internet will go off, won't it? And then there won't be a stream for anyone. No, there will not. Oh, here's Doggo, and here's a message from our sponsor, Brisbane.
7 Blue Square.
7 Blue Square indeed. Thank you very much for the 49-month resub there, Brisbane. Most kind of you. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, it's Thursday night. I'm going to do it for one more week, and then I'm off for a few weeks. Here is Dog. Thanks to sit. Or get down. Ow, don't step there. I have to say I was very encouraged by... That's tissue, that needs to go in the bin. Very encouraged by the number of people who seem to not mind whether or not I put a shirt on. That's very nice. It's encouraging, isn't it? It's not as hot as it has been, though, to be fair. But I did go for a run, and so I've just come out of the shower not that long ago. Message from our sponsor, Tin Man. No message, but 3 months in. Is that 3 months in advance? Tin Man, that is very good of you, especially because I've just had to go on holiday for 5 weeks. But thank you very much for the support. That is most kind of you. And welcome to the fam. Enjoy our free viewing for the next month. I'm glad you've got one on. How's that supposed to make me feel? Is that just because I'm assuming that's just because if I didn't wear one, I'd be banned, and then there wouldn't be any more stream, and then everyone would be sad. I'm assuming that's what's going on there. Shirts are overrated. Yes, they are. Absolutely. Good. I'll take it. What was it? Yeah, sound. Apparently, muting that doesn't do anything now. So something is still amiss with sound, because that is definitely supposed to be main. Is that main mic? That should be main mic. So why is that not muting? Unless it's going up somewhere else? Is it going through system? You're probably going to lose all sound at this point, but tell me if you lose me, because I've lost all game sound. Have you still got me at this time? I'm assuming... Have you got me? Have I gone? I've gone. So I went then. You can still hear me. Okay, so that's piping through there. And this is from our sponsor, Sooty Cat. I should have done this before.
Was the sound not being sound?
No, it was being unsound. There's all sorts of chicanery going on with my system tonight. Right, so maybe that's mic... Is that main output mix? Is it mic to OBS? Does that go there? And then if I get rid of... How about now? Have I gone... Oh, have I gone? But now you can. Now you're gone. Now I'm back. Huzzah! Good. That was the plan. So that one is apparently mic to OBS, which mutes the mic going to OBS, but nowhere else. Which is not ideal. Do I just put the microphone on there? What happens if I just... Right, hang on a minute. How about now... Okay, there we go. Am I too loud? Am I too loud? Am I spiking at all? Am I louder than what I was? You'll be back. Soon you'll see. Volume fine. Good. Right, I'm going to stop dicking about with it then. Save profile, close. Right, I'm happy. Right, I can turn that down to like 85. And that'll be a bit more bearable. Yeah, I don't know what happened. So I know what happened ultimately is that Windows had changed the main output device. Rather than going through my Elgato virtual pipeline cable, it was going through the microphone. So I was wondering, why is it going up in OBS but I can't hear it? So I couldn't hear anything. Then my mic stopped working. So I did 2 restarts. Anyway, it's back and seems to be working now. Good evening to you all. Welcome to JR and Lexi, Stilgar and SJ, Alexander, Shadowman, Shapes, Fett, Mapsprat, BC, Colin, Lupine, Conradlac, Samster, Brisbane, Oni, Flyboy, Natter, Score Count, Toot, Sooty Cat, Nando, Green Day, Cola, Puzzle Dan, Tin Man, CJ, Sophie, Stimson's Angle, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are all most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining us. Is that a level 2 hype train? I haven't seen one of them for a while. That's exciting. There was a Windows update last night. It's just occurred to me now. That was a thing. Anyway, I'm late enough as it is, so I should probably crack on. Anyone on summer holiday yet? Anyone broken up? Anyone sort of looking forward to a few weeks off? Any educators amongst us looking forward to a few weeks holiday? No. No, it's okay. You got one more wake up, is it, Cola? Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm off tomorrow. Busiest time of year. It's not the way. It's too hot this summer. I've got tomorrow off because I've got 2 gigs basically. So and then a social in the evening. So it's just easy to put the day off. Then I'm back on Monday. I have got a couple of days off the week after. I'm going to see my parents, which would be nice. And then obviously a week in Tunisia in August. So yeah, it's lots of. I've got a few gaps in my schedule coming up. I want to crack on with this game because we have got Cryptex. It's been written by J.R. Seuss, not Moose. It's Seuss in Tunisia. But there might be a moose. I don't know. Do you get moose? Mooses? Meese? Moose? Do you get moose in Tunisia? I don't think you get moose in Tunisia. And that's also not how you spell moose, like the animal. Cryptex. Yay. Cryptex by JR. Something of an Easter eggs running through this pack. Lots to enjoy about it. So we'll get stuck in and have a lovely time. Right, yes, audio chicanery duly dealt with. Oh yeah, sport ball, and and we're over it now. We're past the sport ball. And did you see the thing in the paper today? I saw this morning that Argentina was sort of like the Falkland Islands are ours. It's like, no, they're not. We need them for strategic sheep purposes. They're very much ours. There was a whole debacle about it in the 80s, but yeah. That was a thing. But yeah, we're out of the World Cup. What a shame. I think that really does justify that button.
What a shame.
What a shame. And on we move. We're past the football. I'll just talk about the news. Right, I'm going to lock this lobby. It's Cryptex. It's been written by JR. It's been proofed by me. Here's how to play. The objective is to crack the Cryptex by taking the indicated letter of each clue and populating it into that position of the Cryptex solution. Ordinal letters is the first bit in the pointy brackets, then the clue in the middle, and then in square brackets is the number of letters in the clue. We've got the standard Cryptex tonight, 2 decryption, 2 combination, 3 decipher, and the Rouse specific rules will clue you in as to what you've got to do along the way if you're not sure. AB Meiji Eisens, welcome both of you. Hopefully everything's just going to work, and I'll have a nice time just reading some stuff out for you. First puzzle. It's decryption. 5 points for each clue you solve. Penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers. You can solve clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue. They will always be displayed on your devices. Crack the Cryptex at any point before the end of the puzzle for a bonus 10 points. Okay. Simple, really. Right. Good luck to you all. And thanks once again to JR for these somewhat last minute, and I think JR said he wrote them in something of a fugue state, but they do check out when I proved them earlier on, and I think we'll enjoy them a lot. So many thanks to JR for the emergency Cryptex pack, and here is your first puzzle. So, category is the Lupine 1 with 8 letters. First clue, 2005 biographical war drama starring Jake Gyllenhaal, based on a 2003 memoir of the same name. 2 or 3 people not wasting any time in cracking the Cryptex. We go to our next one. 19th century French Impressionist painter, whose works include Bal du Moulin de la Galette and Young Girls at the Piano. 6 letters. You want the second. Next, the study of codes and how to solve them. 10 letters, you want the 7th. Room code's there too, but you won't be able to get in now until the next puzzle. That's because of how it works. Next, English band whose song One Day Like This featured in the 2012 Summer Olympics closing ceremony. 5 letters, you want the 5th. Tootle, it may crash again. You probably won't get the payload through. I might be wrong. Try it out, see what happens. Next. Fictional home country of Black Panther in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. 7 letters, you want the 1st. Something that is fake, that is intended to appear genuine. 11 letters, you want the 8th. Something that is fake, that is intended to appear genuine. Ultimate clue, the golden prize for Jason and the Argonauts. 6 letters, you want the 4th. That has 7 letters, Colin. Not that one. And your final clue, silvery white metal with the chemical silvery white metal with the chemical symbol SB and the atomic number 51. 8 letters, you want the 6th. You're missing an eye, Stimson's angle. Last chance to crack the Cryptex if you haven't done so already. The lupine 1 is the clue. And the solution was werewolf. Werewolf. Let's go through those clues. Fictional home country of Black Panther is Wakanda, from where we got the W. 19th century French impressionist painter was Renoir, from where we got the E. 2005 biographical war drama starring Jake Gyllenhaal was Jarhead, from where we got the R. The golden prize for Jason and the Argonauts was the Fleece, the Golden Fleece. English band whose song One Day Like This featured at the Summer Olympics closing ceremony in 2012 was Elbow, from where we got the W. Antimony is the silvery white metal, from where we got the O. Cryptology is the study of codes and how to solve them, from where we got the L. And something that is fake, that is intended to appear genuine, is counterfeit, from where we've got the F. Right, 2. Now would be a good time to refresh if you got a crash then, because it does strange things if you try and join mid-game on Cryptex. One of the reasons the code isn't displayed. Gold if you crack the Cryptex, most of us managing it there. And Nando, Sam Shapes and Lexi with a perfect round, getting themselves at 50 points on the board. Very well done indeed. Conrad's in second with 47. Ben is in third with 45. A long way to go. Oh, it does not seem to have crashed. Okay, that's good. Probably didn't respond though, judging by the fact you got 0 points. So hopefully it'll just work for the next one. That's what we hope anyway. I don't know if you want to do another little refresh now too, just in case. Just in case it's somehow stalled on the connection for joining midway through and done a silent crash. I'd hate for you to miss puzzle 2 as well. 2 giving himself the handicap of the first puzzle. I'll leave it up to you two if you want to refresh or not, but now we're logged you out. Okay, I'll wait a second to let you come back in. There you go. You should be good from here. Yes, I'm considering, having just refactored QForge, which I'll talk a little bit more about later on, I'm considering redoing the Unicon in web, thinking about it. I realised, is that just Hackbox at that point? But possibly, but with extra stuff. Anyway, that's something for me to think about, because it's going to mean I have to go through 25 formats, line by line, and update the API, which will be not fun. We'll see what happens. Right. It's not really in web though, is it, Lupi? It's in WebGL. It's a Unity bundle that is masquerading as web, which is why a lot of these disconnections seem to happen. The disconnections aren't to do with the WebGL stuff. It's aren't to do with the WebSocket stuff. It's more to do with the WebGL. The fact that it's Unity, just shit in the bed. Anyway, shall we have another puzzle? I think we should. This is true, Lupine. I can't argue with that. So, a slightly shorter puzzle. Oni, oh no. 5 letters. Oni, oh no. First clue. A technique for time management named for the shape of the timer its originator used. Yeah, there's 3 Unity apps and a trench coat. That's exactly what it is. Next clue. A type of winter radish popular in Asian cuisine. And you know what, gang? I'm fiercely sorry, but I forgot to turn on log raid messages. So all those raid messages that have been coming in haven't been being logged. I don't know if they've been counting against your allocation, but I haven't got any at the moment. A type of winter radish popular in Asian cuisine. That is my bad. I turned it off last time. I forgot to turn it back on. Now you are the first rate message, Ben. You are indeed. Next, one of the 3 warring states in George Orwell's 1984, the primary setting for the novel. 7 letters, you want the 5th. I have now turned them back on. I am now logging raid messages. Next, fictional furry inhabitant of Wimbledon Common. Fictional furry inhabitant of Wimbledon Common. I wondered what was happening there. Wrong rerun. Wrong rerun. That's quite difficult to say. Wrong rerun. Wrong rerun. Wrong rerun. Wrong rerun. So I'm going to stop there. Okay, just the one more clue. 1983 song by Bryan Adams that was covered by DJ Sammy in 2002. 6 letters, you want the 2nd. What a banger it is. I'm singing it in my head. So I need my phone. There you go. I'll sing it properly in a minute. Is that a threat or a promise? Who knows? Last chance to crack the Cryptex. It is a short one. Have you managed to piece it together from the limited clues? There's quite a lot of correct answers coming in, or have come in over the last minute or so. I fear probably not as many. Oni, oh no. And the solution, in case anyone wondered where Oni got his username from, it's a demon. Demon. And to the clues, a type of winter radish popular in Asian cuisine is a daikon, D-A-I-K-O-N, from where we got the D. Heaven is the Bryan Adams cover, the DJ Sammy song, Bryan Adams song that DJ Sammy covered, from where we got the E. The furry inhabitants of Wimbledon Common are the Wombles, from where we got the M. Technique for time management, name for the shape of the timer its originator used is a Pomodoro, from where we got the O. And one of 3 warring states in Orwell's 1984 is Oceania, from where we got the N. Gold if you cracked the Cryptex, green if you got a perfect score. That was from DDR Max 2. His grace is quite right. Forgive me, Oni. Welcome to the stream. I probably already said that, but I've said it again. Said it twice now. Yeah. Oh, thinking about all our younger years, it was only you and me. We were young and wild and free. Great song. Ah, love it. I do like a live lounge cover of that at weddings sometimes. It's lovely. Anyway, perfect scores for Toot, Ralph, and Sam is not late, like the host. Sam into the lead with 85, Lexi in second with 83, and Ralph in third with 79. Quite a few did manage to get to the Cryptex in the end and are in gold there. Tied fourth for Matt and Shapes, with Ben just behind. Let's see if you can continue to amass those points as we go to round number 2. Combination. 5 points for each clue you solve, with a penalty of 1 point for incorrect or repeated answers. You may solve clues at any time, even if they are not the current clue. Each clue will be formed by blending 2 words with at least 2 letters overlapping. You may solve half a clue to help gain letters in the Cryptex, and the Cryptex solution will be a real word, not a blended word, though you won't receive points for it until you solve both halves. So, poker hand of 5 hearts plus a woolly animal would be flush plus sheep. To get yourself flush sheep, at least 2 of the letters will overlap. It might be more. Crack the Cryptex as before at any time before the end of the puzzle. I'll give you a bonus 10 points. So, fingers on devices. Let's go to puzzle number 3. And our Cryptex category, keep jogging, keep jogging. 8 letters. First clue. Farm machinery that separates grain seeds from stalks and husks, and a completer of 12 labours in Greek mythology as spelt in the Disney film. 13 letters in total for that mashup. Next, species of bird related to, but generally smaller than, crows and ravens, and the eponymous protagonist in a 1998 WB teen drama TV series played by James Van Der Beek. Sorry, JR, that word auto-corrected. I couldn't do anything about it. Next, town in Greater Manchester, and also a type of stiff fabric, and a rich sauce made from chocolate and cream. 9 letters in total. I've run out of cider. I must get some more. Tree, native to Africa, Australia and Madagascar, also known as the upside down tree, and old world monkey with a long dog-like snout. 9 letters. Keep jogging, keep jogging. Next, to steal apples from a garden or orchard, and an official in baseball, cricket or tennis. In mechanics, a twisting force, and the largest borough of New York by area. 9 letters in total, excuse me. Style of Mexican folk music, and a Mexican dog breed that is the smallest recognised dog breed in the world. And possible contender for one of my favourite mashups. Well, that is indeed a flush, Dalton. Final clue, protein found in human hair and nails, as well as the horns and hooves of other animals, and the colours, metals and furs used in heraldry. I presumably still do. Last chance to crack the Cryptex. Apologies, that should be singular, that very final clue there. Colours, metals and furs used in heraldry. Singular. The solution was marathon. Keep jogging, that's what you do in a marathon. Mariachi and Chihuahua. Mariachihuahua, from where we got the M. Jackdaw and Dawson for Jack Dawson from Titanic, from where we got the A. Scrump and Umpire, Scrumpire, from where we got the R. Wigan and Ganache, Wiganache, from where we got the A. Keratin and Tincture, Keratincture, from where we got the T. Thresher and Hercules, Threshercules, from where we got the H. What is that one? Baobab and Baboon, Baobabboon, from where we got the O, and Torque and Queens, Torqueens, from where we got the N. Now, gold if you cracked the Cryptex there, and green if you had a perfect round. Just Toot and Ralph is into the lead with that. 129 points with 50 from that puzzle. Sam, just a point behind, is in second, and Shapes moves up to third now with 126. Close between those top three, and a bit of a change in leadership there. But there is still plenty of time to usurp those top players as we move on to puzzle number 4. And your category for this Cryptex is Aquatic Cruciverbalist. Aquatic Cruciverbalist. First clue, type of arrowhead designed to pierce armour, and a brand of chocolate egg known for containing small toys. Famously, of course, banned in the United States, I believe. So if you're from the USA, you might have never heard of these. Next, summary of proceedings in a court case in the US, and a device for heating water. 9 letters in total, you want the first. That's because you don't believe in chocolate. Brisbane. You don't know how to make chocolate. As has been established in a previous episode title, Americans don't believe in milk. Next, small human-powered watercraft and Hawaiian greeting that can mean both hello and goodbye. 8 letters, you want the 7th. Oh, they don't put the toy inside. Do you have toys in crackers at Christmas? Any Americans want to tell me? Are they a choking hazard as well? Type of mushroom that distributes its spores in a visible cloud, and in music, a fast tempo. 12 letters in total. Should actually say the actual translation of this particular word is lively rather than fast, but it's very rare for speed directions in musical notation to actually mean a speed, which I'll tell you all about later on, I'm sure. Next, examination of a body after death, and a 1960 slasher movie set in and around the Bates Motel. 10 letters, you want the 6th. Next, Winnie the Pooh's smallest and closest friend, and river in Hades in Greek mythology, which the souls of the dead had to drink from. 8 letters, you want the 3rd. Any Hades players amongst us here? You may know this. I know this because the word in question appeared in a poem by John Keats, which I once wrote a song cycle to a long time ago. Next, rifle that has had its barrel shortened from its original length, and chemically unreactive, for example, helium and nitrogen. 9 letters, you want the 5th. That is the final clue, so last chance to crack the Cryptex if you haven't done so already. The solution was, of course, dogfish, our aquatic cruciverbalist. Dogfish, keeping with the theme of members of the community appearing somewhere in the Cryptex. Let's go through the answers. Docket and kettle, dockettle, bodkin and kinder, bodkinder, piglet and lethe, I think it's pronounced piglethe, puffball and allegro, which means lively, puffballegro, carbine and inert, carbinert, autopsy and psycho, autopsycho, which is rather enjoyable to say. And finally, pedalo and aloha, pedaloha, from where we got the H. Dogfish was the solution. And gold if you managed to crack the Cryptex, green if you got a perfect score. Anybody here? Nobody this time. What's the high score there? 43 possibly from Sam, 39 from 40 from Stilgars, pretty good. So yes, Sam into the lead again with 171. Ralph in second now with 164, and it's Nando in third, just sneaking a point ahead of Shapes. Nando on 150, Shapes on 149. But we have got 3 more puzzles. Silent Marine, welcome to the stream. 3 more puzzles to go through to get some more points on the board. Yes, musical terminology. Allegro means lively. Presto literally means now. Prestissimo meaning sort of very now or instantly. Largo means broad. Adagio, grave, as in spelt grave but pronounced grave, means serious. The only one I can think of is lento, which does actually mean slow. It's the only Italian musical speed notation that actually means a speed, if memory serves. I'm now going to try and figure out what allegretto I think means walking, so it's not strictly a speed in the conventional sense, because different people walk at different speeds. These are the things you learn at game night. Let's clear the leaderboard. That just means moderate, moderato. It just means moderate. It's not strictly speaking a speed because it's all relative. Mind you, slow is a relative term as well, I guess. Third round. It's Decipher, and here... Well, andantino, obviously, I think is sort of skipping, because andante is walking, so andantino is very walking, I guess. In Decipher, although I'm not revisiting grade 5 theory now. I passed it a long time ago. You know, I've had a successful career as a choral conductor and concert pianist. I don't need to be tested on it. I'm going to share as much as I'm happy with. I'm not going to be put on the spot. Crack the Cryptex as quickly as possible. You may solve clues to help gain letters in the Cryptex. If you fail to crack the Cryptex, you'll get 1 consolation point for every correct answer. Yes, very walking. For every clue revealed, 5 points will be taken from the potential winnings, which is shown in square brackets on your device, and answering a clue incorrectly or guessing the Cryptex solution incorrectly will incur a further 1 point penalty. Once you've cracked the Cryptex, you cannot gain or lose any more points, but you can still answer for the fun of the game. Fluffy Bunny, welcome to the stream. Let's take a look at our first Decipher puzzle, and let's speed up the clock slightly. For the lulz, indeed so. It's a chunky boy that we've got. The Cryptex category, don't make the Pope angry. 30 letters. First clue, and it's in and out before you've had a chance to even, I've had a chance to even read it. Cooperative board game published by Z-Man Games about curing global diseases. The second one, for example, deafening silence or bittersweet. Next, German word for taking pleasure in someone else's pain, also the title of a song in Avenue Q. MLB team based in Phoenix, Arizona, and also definitely snakes. As a callback to one of the distinction packs I think we had earlier in the season. Last song performed live by Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins. 8 letters, you want the first? Lizard that could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. 5 letters, you want the third? Food most commonly associated with the Marvel superhero Deadpool. 11 letters, you want the last? Someone, like the Pope, who believes in only one God. 10 letters, you want the fourth? Weight class in boxing between flyweight and featherweight. 12 letters, you want the last? The white of an egg. 7 letters, you want the fifth? That's just from our sponsor, Jack Wilfred.
I used to know a crossword setter. Sadly, he's 6 down now.
Thank you very much for the 27-month subscription there, Jack Wilfred. An unpaid position at a company usually offered to students and graduates to gain work experience, and Australian clothing retailer focused on surfing. 9 letters, you want the 8th? And one final clue, the most populous city in the German state of Hesse. Or Hesse, possibly. 9 letters, you want the 7th? Last chance to crack the Cryptex, if you haven't done so already. Excommunicate. Don't make the Pope angry. Excommunicate was the solution. Everlong was the last song performed by Taylor Hawkins, from where we got the E. Oxymoron was deafening silence or bittersweet, from where we got the X. A gecko could save you 15% or more on your car insurance, from where we got the C. Apparently his real name is Martin. Someone who believes in one god is called a monotheist, from where we got the O. The white of an egg is called the albumen, from where we got the M. The cooperative board game published by Z-Man Games about curing global diseases is Pandemic, from where we got the M. Most populous city in Hesse is Frankfurt, from where we got the U. The Australian clothing retailer focused on surfing is Billabong, from where we got the N. Something designed to offer students and graduates work experience is an internship, from where we got the I. The MLB team based in Phoenix is the Diamondbacks. I'll read that bit in a minute. Food most commonly associated with Marvel superhero Deadpool is chimichanga, from where we got the A. Bantamweight comes between flyweight and featherweight, from where we got the T. And the German word for taking pleasure in someone else's pain is Schadenfreude, from where we got the E. Apparently subsequent comics have revealed that Deadpool doesn't actually like chimichanga, he just likes saying the word. And a note from JR said, this is absolutely me apologising for distinction earlier in the season. Gold if you cracked the Cryptex there, most of us managing to get it done. Very well done if you did Sam still in the lead with 241. Ralph in second, 234. Nando still a point ahead of Shapes in third place, 215. Shapes on 214. Cola just 5 behind that on 209. Still much to play for with 2 puzzles to go. Right. Another one? I think we should. Fingers on devices. Here we go. We like shapes is the Cryptex category. 8 letters. First clue. One of a host of female figures in Norse mythology that guide the souls of the dead to Valhalla. Next. Christian holiday celebrated on the 6th of January that is also known as Three Kings Day. 8 letters. You want the 7th. NFL team based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 8 letters, you want the 8th. This Shapes may be one of the ones who solved the Cryptex already. Next, something you know in multi-factor authentication. 8 letters, you want the first. Yes, multi-factor authentication, which I learned a little while ago, concerns something you know, something you have, and something you are, I think, are the three things. But someone who knows more about cybersecurity than I do will disabuse me of that if I'm wrong. Next, an historic tax levied in Anglo-Saxon England, initially used to pay off Viking raiders. 8 letters, you want the 5th. Very well done if you know this one. Type of timber obtained from trees such as oak, maple, and mahogany. 8 letters, you want the 6th. Clue, the only moon in our solar system known to generate its own magnetic field. 8 letters, you want the 4th. We like shapes is the Cryptex category. One clue, herb traditionally used to make the spirit absinthe. 8 letters, you want the 2nd. To crack the Cryptex now. And the solution to We Like Shapes. Polygons. Of course it was polygons. And to our clues, something you know in multi-factor authentication would be the password, from where we got the P. The herb traditionally used to make absinthe is wormwood, from where we got the O. Absinthe is a disgusting drink, you should not drink it. One of a host of female figures in Norse mythology was Valkyrie, from where we got the L. Only moon in our solar system known to generate its own magnetic field is Ganymede, from where we got the Y. Well done if you got this one. Historic tax levied in Anglo-Saxon England is a Danegeld, from where we got the G. Type of timber obtained from oak, maple and mahogany is hardwood, from where we got the O. Three Kings Day is better known as Epiphany, from where we got the N. And it is the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are the NFL team based in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, from where we got the S. Sugar, yeah. Even with sugar though, I mean, I went out to Prague for a friend's 21st birthday 100 years ago. And we just stayed up all night drinking beer and absinthe. We even got one of those magic spoons, and we all had to have a go. It wasn't very nice, and even if it weren't awful, Ardenfets, I think lovely is very generous there. Very, very generous. Anyway, to our leaderboard. Sam's at the top with quite a hefty lead now, 22 points clear. Shapes in second, was one of the first to solve that Shapes puzzle in second with 259. Nando is in third now with 254, just pulling ahead of Ralph with 238, who failed to crack the Cryptex there. So, all coming down to this final puzzle. It looks like Sam will have it in the bag, short of some disaster for him. But let's see what happens as we go to the final puzzle of the game. You do also see a tiny Kylie Minogue with wings. If you drink enough of it, you see that. Cryptex category. For example, this Cryptex pack. 9 letters. First clue, Italian composer and teacher of Liszt, Schubert and Beethoven, who definitely wasn't pushed out of a window by Mozart. 7 letters. Biblical Noah's child, along with Shem and Japheth, is the next one. Third, 3 letters, you want the third. Low-level programming language. Just a single letter, you want the first. Obviously. It's the only letter in it. Dante's destination after travelling through hell in Allegri's Divine Comedy. 9 letters, you want the 9th. First-person video game series whose first instalment released in 1993. 4 letters, you want the 4th. SI unit of force. 6 letters, you want the 6th. Was he an OQL this... Oh no, there wasn't an OQL this week. There was some stupid football match on. So there wasn't an OQL. Hello, Lewis. Good evening, madame. Antepenultimate clue. Long staff used as a weapon in martial arts. 2 letters, you want the 2nd. I am not calling from your bag. I'm calling from your building society. Swampy area of water in the southern United States. And your final clue. Casino card game where players play against the house to get the closest to 9. Final chance to crack the Cryptex. Solution for this Cryptex pack. Community, which I very nearly said earlier on. Solutions. Low-level programming language is C, from where we got the C. Long staff used as a weapon in martial arts is bow, from where we got the O. Biblical Noah's child is ham, from where we got the M, famously a vegetarian, of course, as well. First-person video game series whose first installment released in 1993 was Doom, from where we got the M. Swampy area of water in the southern US is a bio, from where we got the U. Or Bayou, possibly. SI unit of force is a Newton, from where we got the N. Italian composer and teacher of Liszt, Schubert and Beethoven, who definitely wasn't pushed out of a window by Mozart, was Salieri, from where we got the I. Casino card game where players play against the house to get the closest to 9 is Baccarat, from where we got the T. And Dante's destination in the Divine Comedy is Purgatory, from where we got the Y. Yes, we had to double check that because I thought he started in Purgatory, but no, it's where he goes afterwards. Gold if you crack the Cryptex. And we have got a winner in Sam Shapes, giving him a run for his money at the end there. But Sam just eking out the gold medal with 315. It's Shapes who takes the silver with 308. And it's a last-minute steal from Cola. The Pope himself comes in and nicks the bronze off Nando with a very assured 278 points. Very well done to our medalists. And to all our players, if you manage to get some points out of that tonight, they will be converted into pennies. I hope you've enjoyed that game of Cryptex. Very, very many thanks to JR for creating that. Lewis Jack, welcome to the stream. Yes, thank you to JR for creating that in somewhat at the last minute. Because I extended the season and JR said, yeah, sure, I'll have a Cryptex pack. And that, ladies and gents, is the last pack that is going to have been written in the old Qforge. Because the two that we're playing, apart from possibly a Spotlight pack, might be coming up in a minute, but that's sort of the Gallimore fry of places that they've been written, aren't they? So the last full pack that's been written in Old Forge and New Forge, which is now live, will have written both of the packs for this coming Saturday, and also all packs moving forward from here, so that's very exciting. I will say more about that after the break, but I'm going to take this opportunity to go and grab myself another cider. I encourage you to do the same. If not cider, then whatever your drink of choice is tonight, but make sure you are staying hydrated. and as it is still very, very warm. Thank you once again to JR. Congratulations to our 3 medalists. Spotlight coming up in about 5 minutes' time, so take this opportunity to go stretch your legs, go have some drinks, some snacks, pop to the loo, and we'll be back with even more quiz when game night continues in just a few minutes' time. You've been playing Cryptex, and I'll see you for Spotlight in a few minutes. Okay, where's a button? Let's find a button to make noise happen. Not that one, we don't want that noise, we want this noise. There we go. Would you like some pennies? I think you would. I didn't do a contains bonus. Contains... I don't know. Contains... I don't know, strong bloody violence. Why not? Contains strong bloody violence. I was thinking about how to contains a whole shirt. We're going to contain strong bloody violence instead. Claim 101 pennies by typing contains strong bloody violence. I'm going to get a cider. Encourage you to do the same. When we return, Spotlight. And I'll probably say a few things because we are coming close to the end of the season. And I want to tell you all about what's going to be happening next season and exactly when that is going to be happening. So go get yourselves refreshed and we'll be back very soon. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Hello. Now, before we get into Spotlight, I think I should come and say something because it is approaching the end of the season. These last two episodes have been slightly tacked on because it was supposed to end last weekend. It was supposed to end on Saturday. It was supposed to be the season finale. But there was the football. And then I realised that would be a huge amount of time when I was off. So just for your information, and if you're not interested, just let your attention wander for a few minutes. Next Thursday, I'm in Wales, and then I'm off to see my parents at the weekend. And then the week after that, something else is happening, probably. The week after that, and then the week after that, the weekend of the 8th, 9th of August, we're going to Tunisia. So normally I'd only take 2 weeks off, and I would be looking to start back on the 8th, but I'm not going to be starting back on the 8th, so then I'm off for 2 weekends, and I like to start on a Saturday. So we're going to be coming back on the 22nd of August. So yeah, we have got the better part of a month off, which is one of the longest gaps that I've had since my my burnout phase last year. So yeah, it's I'm frightfully sorry. I might still be around in some capacity. I'll certainly still be around in the Discord, but preferred district. So yeah, I am. Game night comes to a conclusion on Saturday. It is the last episode of the season, but will return on August 22nd for season 23 with all sorts of new changes. One of the biggest changes amongst them being Keyforge is now a web app, an actual web app rather than a WPF application, which is what it was before. It is live now. You need to go and register for it, either with email password or just a regular Google account. It's up and running. One or two tiny things have come back to me, but nothing major since it came out of beta, with just a handful of people, and I'm very grateful to those who have. All reports so far is that it has made everything a lot smoother, and some of the packs that we're playing that we might come up in Spotlight tonight have been written in Keyforge. Some of them were written in Keyforge 1, and some of them are legacy from before that. The two packs that we're playing on Saturday for the season finale, Danger Zone and Front Page, both written by me, have both had the new Keyforge treatment, and seems to be going through quite well. So if you are a writer, and here's the thing, even if you're not a writer, you may benefit from having a Keyforge account, because the things like the season overview is there, so you can see what's coming up at a glance without having to go into Discord. There's a notification bar, and if you wanted just to have a little click around and maybe get some ideas, you can do that without committing to it. Also, and this is the main thing I wanted to say, if you are a writer, this is going to now be the main pipeline. Oh, by the way, to the people who've just come and signed up for an account, I need to approve you, which I will do after the stream. I'm not going to do that now, because I want to make sure I don't click the wrong button. But yeah, this is going to be the pipeline through which I do pack assignments from now on. So when you get set up, there's a little field at the top called writing preferences, where you can go and you can check. So normally I do a big Google form and it's a whole thing and it takes me ages. Whereas now I can just send a single ping saying, go reset your preferences. You can flag the boxes that you want to write for next season in writing preferences, and bish bash bosh, you're away. Which is really useful, because it means I can then block the season directly into the app, and you don't have to go through the rigmarole of a form. You literally just check some boxes. So yeah, please do make use of it. The trade-off of that is that you won't be able to set those preferences until you've got an account. So even if you're a casual, and you can just unflag them all, and if you don't want to write something for a particular season, you'll get a ping and you'll think, I don't fancy writing something this season, I'm going to set them all to blank. That's fine, and then you won't be assigned anything, and it's really useful that way. So, but it will ping you once to say set your things, and then it will just ping you again once I've assigned it. It's so easy, just a handful of clicks, and it will also block the season for me, so I don't have to. And there's certain rules, like you can't have two identical episodes, and you've got to have at least 2.5 weeks between a format. It'll just do it for me. And just block out a season, which is, from my point of view, is going to make the administration about 1 billion times easier. It's gated as well, like Keyforge 1 was, so proofers, in the olden days, any proofer could see any pack that was submitted. Now they can only see things that they've signed up to proof. You've got a direct line of communication inside Keyforge, a direct chat window with your proofer. and you can both edit the same pack, whereas before there was a lot of rigmarole about duplicating packs and it was a pain in the ass. Now everyone works into the same single source of truth. So if the proofer says to you, we need some revisions on this, and this, you can both edit the pack at the same time. It's like actual Google Sheets, but designed for the quiz world. It's really, really handy bit of kit, which I know is going to make my life a lot easier. So, if you are a writer or you're considering being, he's quite proud of that. He is proud. I'm pleased with it. I mean, I had a little bit of help from Claude, but because I'm not really a web programmer. But if you are a writer, even peripherally, and again, Spotlight is all done through here. You don't need to be assigned to write Spotlight. But even if you're a casual writer and you just want to write, the odd pack from time to time, the writing preferences is there. And as ever, keep the channel, the question writing channel in the Discord, and you can always DM me if you say I only want to write one this season or whatever. Just find me a DM. But it's there, and there's different modes. You can have high contrast mode, which is what I'm using actually, because it hasn't got the glass effect on the shell bar at the top. But you've got dark, light, and default. Light if you like drop shadows and blindness. Yes, dark mode is I think what most people, or default. I think quite a lot of people using default. So yeah, exactly the same process for writing Spotlight, but the interface is much easier. It's much easier. It's much smoother. It works on mobile and tablet as well, so you can have it as a little app. It needs a little bit more optimization for mobiles, but yeah, you can literally put it. If I can find my phone, actually show you. Well, that's my niece there. You can see I've got a QForge app on my phone, and that's my niece as well. So, yeah. It doesn't quite allow for shared packs, as in multiple writers on one pack. It's something I considered, but I figured that is such a rarefied thing. It doesn't really happen very much anymore, so it might be something I'll consider for later on. Obviously, you got sharing with a proofer, but yeah, light mode is quite an experience. So I'm seeing people signing up. I'll go and get all those accounts approved after the stream, and then I'll give you a ping just to know. So you'll just need to press F5 and have at it. So yay, that's QForge. I'm excited about it. So next big project maybe is to redo the Universal Controller. Might do that. I'm umming and ahhing about it. On the long-term plan. Yeah, I'm umming and ahhing about redoing the Universal Controller as a proper web app, which I mentioned earlier on, just to make it a bit more stable and for everyone. This is what I'm thinking, though. It doesn't really, and I have just spent quite a lot of time doing the telestration stuff for Picture This, which I'd obviously have to do all over again. It's a little bit flaky sometimes, and I know it cuts out quite a lot, which is to do with the fact that it's Unity rather than anything else. So I'm considering that. I put a few things together, and I just thought, and I reached a point, I thought, am I just remaking Hackbox? At which point I could just use Hackbox. And I quite like the Universal Controller as it is, but it's something I'm thinking about anyway. That would be a much bigger project than QForge, because I'd have to go back through every game and retrofit the API, which would be a nightmare. Anyway, that's all very exciting stuff. Coming up this Saturday, we have got Danger Zone by me. We have got the grand final of The Drain. Very excited about that. And thank you to Lewis, who has stacked the questions. I've stacked all the others, but Lewis has stacked this, which reminds me I do need to make some edits to that on Saturday, to the software on Saturday morning. And we've got Front Page. The return of Front Page is sort of a look back on the bigger news stories of the season as the last game of Season 22. That's also written by me. Yeah, come along on Saturday night from 8 o'clock if you're not watching the third place playoff game. I don't think that's till 10 though, so yeah, it might be fine. But this Saturday, the season 22 finale. Don't forget, you've got Ash tomorrow. I know he was poorly yesterday. Sorry, the bronze match. Yes, forgive me. I know Ash was poorly yesterday. We hope that he's going to be back and better with us by tomorrow, because he's doing Son La Place, that French game that I can't remember the full name of. But yeah, he's going to be hosting that hopefully tomorrow evening if he's a little bit better. So we send him our best, and do go give him a follow. Right, I think that's everything. Proogs, Dalton, Woody Back, Vertigo, Clive, welcome all of you to the stream. I think we should do some Spotlight. And Lupine, are you here, Lupine? Would you like to claim first seat in the Spotlight? Because you sort of crashed out. Tout le monde, there you are. Tout le monde veut prendre sa place. That's the one. So I'm going to put Lupine into the spotlight first, assuming he joins the game, because he did get shortchanged last time. We have seen the rest of those questions that didn't get played out last time. So the questions have been resolved. The pennies perhaps didn't. And I can't remember if I had... Did I add a gold, silver, bronze, or did I just say... No winners this time on Takeshi's Castle. I genuinely can't remember, but whatever happened, happened. Hopefully tonight we'll all be fine. Shall we find out? It's time for Spotlight. Universal controller there. I'll put the room code up in just a minute, and don't forget to join the Discord, and no Googling, and suggestive raid messages, and go and check out Game Night on Demand, and all the other things. Right, shut up, Ben. Spotlight. Welcome to Spotlight, everybody. And the room code that you need is MMTW. And I'm going to put that. I see the Lupine one has joined, so I'm going. My log is up. I will attempt to select the Lupine one. Well, we hope so, operator. Do come join the game. There are some new question packs have gone in here. According to my log, I've got 27 unused packs with 13 distinct authors. 27 unused packs with 13 distinct authors. Apparently I've got 163 used packs with 34 distinct authors, which is very gratifying, which means we've had 190 packs written for Spotlight. Probably more than that, because not all of them made the migration from the original. Yeah. It's good, isn't it? I'm not quite sure how we've got through 163 used, because we always get 10, but yeah, it is what it is. So, 7 users that I need to approve in QForge, which I could just do them all now, but I'll do them later. I'm going to concentrate on the game. No, the dead game got through 10 packs, Sooty Cat. I mean, there'd probably been 1 or 2 other dead games since then, but no, the dead game did get through 10 packs, and it was the 10th pack that had the bum question in it. Yeah, nice number of players. No, Lewis, I reject that suggestion, because doing something like that, it doesn't take me long, but the reason I do it is because what I do need to do is go and collect people's Discord ID, which is a public-facing thing. I'm not doing anything dodgy. It just means I can ping you when I assign you your pack, or the bot can ping you. So I do it like that because then I don't forget to assign anyone's username. But yeah, it's literally go approve. So I could do it now. I want people to concentrate on the game, though. Suggests remove Ben's ability to veto my... You're all rotters. You missed me talking about QForge Proogs. The New Forge, we should call it. New Forge. I can't believe I didn't call it that. We'll call it QForge Web. I'm definitely going bald. I might have to shave it. Hair might have to go at some point. New Forge. Yeah, New Forge. It's, you're all rotters and I hate you. You're all rotters. You'd have to slap it. I don't think I could pull it off like... so Dev pulls off bald very, very well. But I don't think... Ben, keep the hair. Have a green new character. No, I don't have a green new character. I don't know. I mean, if it's like... I have to, accept at some point. It's probably... Clock is ticking. I am looking more and more like Bill Bader with every passing day, it feels. Add the beard's compliment that I'll get. Yeah, well, I shave. When did I shave? Was I shaved last on Saturday? It was only about a week ago, so yeah. The thing is, I leave it for like 3 months normally, just to make myself look like a homeless person, and then and then my mum complains on FaceTime. So maybe. But They play the can dance. I mean, I've got lots of not so hidden talents. I'm a reasonable runner. I can play the piano. I'm a good conductor. I can sing. You'll will say I can't sing, but I promise you I can. Anyway, I've got a little bit. I think it's got a little bit longer, but I'll be amazed if I still got it all when I'm 40. No, look at it after the stream, please. Come and have a quiz, and then we'll do some writing later on. Right, I'm going to lock the lobby there. I've got quite a few of you in. And, on ice, yes. I don't know if I could do it all on ice. That's a good question, Dan. And let's hopefully get Lupine into the spotlight. How about that? Love it when the plan comes together. And all is right with the universe. So, Ralph, your second attempt at the spotlight. It's not going to carry forward from the last game because that isn't something I've implemented yet, but you will get to pick the categories fresh from 4 new options and we'll play it through. The objective of the game, for everyone who's not played before, it's a multiple choice quiz. You get 3 options per question, 1 right answer. Within each category there are 3 questions plus 1 that is saved until the end. The player in the spotlight, who is Ralph at the moment, must get 2 consecutive answers correct at all times. Or rather, they mustn't get 2 consecutive, or 2 out of 3 incorrect answers at any point. So if they go correct, incorrect, they've then got to get the next 2 right, because then it sort of cycles around. If at any point they get 2 out of 3 incorrect, they're eliminated from the spotlight. They'll also be eliminated from the spotlight if they manage to get 12 correct, and someone from the wings will take their place. It is pure RNG, I believe, this game, unless you've already been in the spotlight, or your pack is currently selected. If your pack is selected, you won't be able to answer, but you will get free points and pennies as well. Hopefully that all makes sense. Well, let's take a look at the category board. We have got The Absolute State of Modern Arts by John. We've seen that 3 times and swapped it twice. Ja wollen Schrebiju by Alexander the Her. First time seeing that. It's a new pack for tonight. We've got Cocktails by me. We've seen twice and swapped once. And incidentally, speaking of swapping, Lupine, if you don't like any of these, you can swap 1 category. We'll get rid of it and we'll bring a new one in its place, but you can only do that once. 4th category, How to Beat the Casino by 8Minky. Please select or swap one of those categories now, Ralph. We are getting rid of that one, and it is replaced with The Cube by BC2014. Those are your 4 choices. You do not have a swap. We may see that Alexander category come back a little bit later on. We are going for The Cube by BC. So BC, who's over there on the left now, lit in blue, dark blue, you will not be able to answer these questions, but you should have got 3 points and 100 pennies into your penny bank. For the final question that comes up later on, Ben, you will be able to answer that and you won't get points automatically, so just bear that in mind. Okay, The Cube is what we are going for. Here is your first question. On a standard 6-sided cubic die, what number is on the opposite face to 1? Is it 4, 5, or 6? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer. It's 6, with opposites adding up to 7, of course. No problem for most of us there. To our next question. How many different nets form a cube? 11, 13, or 7? 10 seconds. Time. Slightly trickier one there, correct answer. There are actually 11. A lot of players going for 7 there, including Lupine. So that is a wrong answer. You must get the next 2 correct. But yes, there are 11 different unique nets or distinct nets that can be used to make up a cube. Well done if you did get that. On we go to our 3rd question. And a net, incidentally, is a 2-dimensional figure that can be folded into a 3-dimensional object. And for a cube, there are 11 distinct ones. Question 3, take a look. When describing the cube from the game show, which comedian on TV Burp said it was actually a rectangular cuboid? Was it Harry Hill, Jimmy Carr, or Michael McIntyre? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer was, of course, Harry Hill. Harry Hill's TV burp. And Ben, a note from Ben here saying, I won't make anyone feel older by saying TV burp ended all the way back in 2012. Oh, whoops, I just did. Yeah, TV burp finished 14 years ago. Excuse me just a minute.
Pain.
I'm old. No drama there for most players, including Lupine. So you are going to get to pick the next category. You've got 2 correct. You must get the next one right to stay in the spotlight. Let's take a look at the category board. 3 from last time. The absolute state of modern arts. Cocktails. How to beat the casino. No swap available. Your 4th category is giant stompy robots with lasers by Stilgar. Which is exactly what we're going for. Stilgar lit in the darker blue over on the right-hand side, just next to Ralph, actually. 3 free points, 100 pennies, and you won't be able to answer these questions. Let's take a look at our first. In the original Star Wars trilogy, the large 4-legged walkers are called AT-ATs. But what does this acronym, or initialism, stand for, depending if it's AT-AT or AT-AT? Options: Armoured Tactical Assault Transport, All-Terrain Armoured Transport, or Assault Type Ambulatory Tank. 10 seconds. That's time. Oh, and before we give you the answer, here's a message from our sponsor, Sooty Cat.
Imagine if SGT Bash found these bots.
Imagine if Sergeant Bash found those bots. It would be pandemonium then, all sorts of chicanery. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Sooty Cat. And the correct answer, most of us getting that, all-terrain armoured transport. The big ones from Empire Strikes Back, I believe. I hope I'm not spoiling a subsequent question. Let's take a look at it. You're getting that one right, Ralph, so pressure's off a little bit. You can afford to get this one wrong. We hope you get it right. Let's take a look at it. In the Mobile Suit Gundam animes, where is the cockpit for most Gundams located? The legs, the torso, or the head? 10 seconds. Did I not say Gundam? Indeed. No, likewise, Nando, this is not really my area. I know the Star Wars one. The correct answer is the torso. I have no further information to furnish you with, but yes, in most Mobile Suit Gundam animes, the cockpit would be in the torso. No problem for Lupine there. One more question on giant stompy robots with lasers. Let's take a look at it. In Battletech, the Timberwolf mech also has the nickname Mad Cat, due to its resemblance to which 2 other battle mech designs? Marauder and Catapult, Medusa and Novacat, Madman and Cataphract. 10 seconds. And good luck. We are really getting into the niche area of the niche spotlight knowledge there. The correct answer is Marauder and Catapult. I think that was the harder question of the 3. Very well done to the few players who got that right. Lupine not amongst them, so pressure's on once again. But you went 3 out of 3. Well played there, Shapes. Hey, sometimes it is a 1 in 3 game, so sometimes the odds can favour you if you've got no idea. Press and hope can often work. Pressure's on, Ralph. No swap available, but you do get to pick the next category. The absolute state of modern art, cocktails, how to beat the casino, and one new category which comes from Clive. Carter, Ford, or Nixon? What are we going for? We're going for how to beat the casino by Ape Minky. So Ape not here, so everyone is in play. Let's see how you get on. In the 1990s, a light wand allowed Tommy Carmichael to consistently claim money from what casino source? The water fountains, the pit boss, or the slot machines? 10 seconds. Time's up. Correct answer. Was the slot machines. Ralph staying in play. Yeah, the electronic sensors in the light one, which at that time controlled physical payouts on slot machines, were tricked by the light of Tommy's wand and paid out as much as he desired. This was like finding a cheat code in the slot machine, which is might be fraud. Not sure. Either way, no drama for you there, Ralph. Most other players getting it right. Let's go on to our next one. Pressure's still on. You've got to get this one right. Let's take a look at it. Mathematician Edward O. Thorpe. I don't know if that's an initialism or if it's the Irish mathematician Edward O. Thorpe. Co-developed the first wearable computer to gain an edge at what casino game? Was it roulette, keno, or possibly cano, or craps? 10 seconds. And that's time. Correct answer. It was roulette. Lupine going for craps on that one. I'm afraid not. No, it's with user inputs recording ball and wheel speeds. The device, which is about the size of a cigarette pack, calculated the outcome of roulette spins. Edward O. Thorpe is also considered to be the father of card counting. Craps, it was roulette. Very good. So, Lupine bows out with 5 correct answers. It's a good start. We might see you back for the final. Whoever has got the most questions in the Spotlight will take the seat for the Spotlight final. If there's a tie, it'll go to total number of questions altogether. So for now, Ralph, it is goodbye. But you leave us with 5 Spotlight points. And the pips on the floor going yellow to indicate the target, the high score. So we need to put someone else into the spotlight. You're going to finish off this beat the casino category and then pick the next one. Let's find out who it's going to be. Ha! Please don't press the button, Ralph. I don't know how it's managed to do that. Please don't press the button. Let me do it again. I might have broken something. Oh, hang on. No, reselect. Let's re-roll it. Oh. Okay, so the force doesn't clear. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and force myself into the spotlight. And now... don't press the button, Ralph. Thank you for your honesty. Now, because I'm not in the game, it will pick it at random. So that's a bug. Someone note it down. Once I force a player in, it will always pick them no matter what, even if they've already been in. So now, hopefully, it'll pick someone else. Unuse the force, yes. Beating the casino with force. There we go. Cola, welcome, welcome. Press the button to let us know you're here. And happy to take your seat in the spotlight. Yeah, so now it's trying to pick me. But if I join the game, I'll get into the spotlight now, which would be really nice. Yes, Ralph, I hope you didn't have any other plans for tonight. Cola's confirmed he's still here. So let's go to our final question on how to beat the casino. Here we go. In most basic strategies for card counting in blackjack, which card would increase the count when dealt to the table? Is it the 8 of hearts, the 3 of spades, or the Queen of clubs? 10 seconds. It's one of those ones you've got to know a little bit about casino machinations. As someone who doesn't really play blackjack at all, I'm more of a poker player. I wouldn't have had a clue on this one. I can tell you the correct answer is the 3 of spades, and I will tell you why. Aces and faces and number 10s are the most valuable cards for a player to make a winning hand with their first 2 cards, and for the dealer to bust while they draw cards to their required target. So these will subtract from your running count. Middling cards like 7s and 8s will not change the count. When lower cards that help fill out a dealer's hand, like the 2s through the 5s, are exhausted, your count goes up as the odds of those more valued cards being dealt increases. I may be more confused now than I was at the start of the question. A lot of people are getting that one wrong, including Cola. Don't worry, you've still got another opportunity. So let's go back to the category board, Cola, and you can pick a category all of your very own. You've got The Absolute State of Modern Arts by John Donne. You've got Cocktails by me. Carter, Ford and Nixon by Clive. You have got a swap if you don't like any of them. And a fourth category for you is Green by BC. Which would you like? We're getting rid of Cocktails. And it's been replaced by Ja Volim Shrebiju by Alexander the Huh. So we swapped one of mine, and we've got back the one that got swapped away originally. And now we're going for Green. So BC, again, you're not going to be able to answer these, but you will get 3 points and 100 pennies. Let's see how you get on with Green, Cola. Sweet Children was the original name of which band? Green Noon, Green Night, Green Day. 10 seconds. Correct answer. It is a sea of green and BC for Green Day. Yes, I don't know why I said it like Chris Tarrant on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but yeah, the band has gone on to win 5 Grammys and had a musical American Idiot, which is based on their songs. No problem there for Cola. Pressure is still on. You've got to get this one right. Let's take a look at our second green question. The TV show Green Wing is primarily set in which institution? A hospital, a supermarket, or a prison? 10 seconds. Chris Tarrant noises. And that's time. Correct answer. It's a hospital. It ran for 2 series between 2004 and 2007 and starred at Tamsin Greig and Stephen Mangan. Cola, no drama for you, and that means you do get a free pass on the next question. Let's see if we can get it right all the same. Go 3 for 3 on Green. Here's question 3. Which of these people have never been a Green Party MP? Hannah Spencer, Caroline Lucas, or Zach Polanski? 10 seconds. Or D, JR. I mean, JR has I don't think you've been a Green Member of Parliament, JR. Correct answer is, of course, Zach Polanski. Whilst he is the leader of the Green Party and has sat in the London Assembly for 5 years, he's never been made an MP. Caroline Lucas was an MP for 14 years. She was MP at Brighton. Hello, Dexter. At Brighton Pavilion, which is my my girlfriend's old constituency. She wrote to her on a couple of occasions, helped get her citizenship sorted, which is good. Hannah Spencer is the most recent Green MP. She won the party's first by-election in February 2026. Caroline Lucas was the leader for quite a long time, actually, but was also an MP, whereas Zach Polanski is leader without being an MP. Like someone else we know who's the leader of a party without being an MP at the moment. I won't say any more about that. It might be a question on Saturday. Dex! Shut your mouth! He's quiet now. Good. No drama there for Cola. 3 for 3. Quite a few people getting that one wrong. Let's reset. And Cola, you've used your swap. Let's go back to the category board. The Absolute State of Modern Art. Ja Volim Shibiju. Carter, Ford or Nixon. And one new category. February 2025 in Sport by the Lupine One. What are you going for? Carter, Ford or Nixon by Clive. Clive, 100 pennies and 3 free points going to you, but you won't be able to answer these 3 questions. Let's take a look at our first on Carter, Ford or Nixon. Which first daughter brought the Siamese cat Misty Malarkey Ying Yang to the White House during her 1977-1981 stay? Susan Ford, Julie Nixon, or Amy Carter? 10 seconds. It is a good name for a cat, isn't it? I think cats always have like big, long, like my cat's Persephone, but most of the time she just gets called Penny or Girl, which is actually a bit demeaning how I said it like that. The cat begs to differ, I bet she does. So why are you calling me this? This is not my name. Correct answer was Amy Carter, and Simon Misty Malarkey Ying Yang. He was the last cat in the White House until the Clintons bought socks in the late 90s. No drama for you there, Cola. You're up to 4. One more will set you tied with the lupine one, and no pressure on this next question. You can afford an error here, though we hope that it's a correct answer for you. Let's take a look at the next question. Who was known for breaking new ground as First Lady, doing the bump along the White House halls, supporting the right to abortion, and chatting on CB radio with the handle First Mama? Was it Pat Nixon, Rosalind Carter, or Betty Ford? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer. It was Betty Ford, and it's a wrong move there by Cole. Like I say, there wasn't any pressure to get that one right, but the pressure is on now to stay in the spotlight. You need one more to tie it with lupine. Betty Ford was the answer we wanted there. Coda going for Pat Nixon. One final question on Carter, Ford or Nixon. Let's take a look. In the years after he left the White House, which president carried in his wallet the text of Burdick versus the United States, the Supreme Court decision ruling that a pardon carried an imputation of guilt, and accepting a pardon was an admission of guilt? Options: Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford, or Richard Nixon. 10 seconds. That is time. Correct answer. Almost everybody falling into our little heffalump trap there of Richard Nixon. No, I'm afraid it was Gerald Ford. Yeah, because Ford was the one who controversially pardoned Nixon. The decision implied that Nixon accepted his guilt in the Watergate controversy by also accepting Ford's pardon. Ford carried the card with him as a reminder after he left office. Richard Nixon, I don't think, has got enough self-awareness to carry such a card as that. It was Gerald Ford who gave the pardon, who then carried it forward on from there. So a very nicely layered question, maybe a little sneaky, and Cola, it has cost you your place in the spotlight. Thank you very much for playing. It's just 4 points, so we won't see you back for the final, but I hope you've had a nice time. 4 points in the spotlight. High score is still set by the Lupine one, so let's see if anyone can best him. We've had 5 categories, 3 questions in each, so we are exactly halfway through. We've seen 2 people go through the spotlight, both of them doing rather well. Let's see if our next player can do even better. Matt. And not wasting a single second to press the button confirming he's here. Welcome to the spotlight. We're starting fresh with a brand new category. You've got to swap if you don't like any of them. Let's take a look. The Absolute State of Modern Arts by John. Ya Volim Shebiju by Alexander. February 2025 in Sport by Lupine. Swap available if you don't like any of them. And one more category. The Acting Roles of David Lynch. By now, cut that out. We are getting rid of Shubijuju and replacing it with Parkrun by me. Someone pick Parkrun. No, but you make your own choices, Matt the Sprout. Don't feel any pressure from me. Okay, we're going for the absolute. No, that is not one of the questions. I can't remember. It clears from my screens. Oh no, it's in the log. Ya Volim Shibiju. We're going for the Absolute State of Modern Arts by John. Let's take a look at our first question. Maurizio Catalan purchased what fruit at a grocery store for 30 cents and attached it to a wall with duct tape to sell at auction for $6 million? Banana, mango, or guava? 10 seconds. Correct answer. And it is a complete sea of green this time, because the writer is not with us tonight. It's a banana. Maurizio Cattelan was the artist in question, and he did rather well out of that, I think. Dexter! Shut your dog mouth! Thank you. Yes, very Bork. He's gone quiet though now. He just needs to be told something. There's probably another dog's just walked past or something. I have fed him. He's had his dinner. As opposed to his cat mouth, yes. Speaking with my human mouth. I've reached the rate limit. Bad luck. Right, right answers all around. Well played. And it's 1 on the board for Matt. Let's take a look at the next. A 10-foot tall, tongue-filled fountain resembling which body part was installed on New York City's High Line in April 2025? Was it a foot, a belly, or none of the above? 10 seconds. Time. So I'm just going to regas my pipe. Excuse me. A 10-foot tall, tongue-filled fountain resembling which body part was installed on a New York City's High Line in April 2025? The correct answer. It was a foot. And it's a wrong move there from Matt. The sprat pressure on for this final question. The word penis. Very funny. Very good. Foot was the answer. I have no further notes for you on that one. Let's go to question number 3. Who was or were in the curators team of the Pablo-matic exhibition at Brooklyn Museum? Was it feminist group Guerrilla Girls, philanthropist Alexander Soros, or comedian Hannah Gadsby? 10 seconds. Tell us how you really feel about art. Time up. Correct answer. Comedian Hannah Gadsby. Well played there, Matt. You've saved yourself. That was a tough question. Quite a few getting it right, though. Is one of them a penis? I don't know. But, JR, that sounds like a raid message waiting to happen if you've got any left. Comedian Hannah Gadsby was the right answer. That concludes our Modern Arts pack until the end of the quiz. Matt, you're still in the spotlight. Let's go back to the board. You're exhausted. You've exhausted them. Right, Parkrun, February 2025 in sport. The acting roles of David Lynch. I think you've used your swap, which is sad in a way because your fourth category is Ja Volum Sirbiju by Alexander the Hutt. Coming back. For the room for penis. And we're going to steer it to the skid. We're going to take it on. Ja Volum Sirbiju. Alexander, you are given 100 pennies and 3 points. But despite it being in a language that I'm not familiar with, it's relatively okay, I would say. Alexander is going to provide us with the translation. Excuse me, chat, let's be nice. Please be nice. Please be nice. I think this is Alexander's first pack for Spotlight, so we're grateful to him for his efforts. Yes, the questions are in English, yeah. In the same way, I know Vertigo wrote a pack where the title was in Welsh. We didn't make a song and dance over that. So I love Serbia in Serbian. So yes, I know Vertigo did something that was Viva la Wales or something in Welsh. The questions are in English. I think you have a bit more faith, A, in the community of writers, and B, in me, that I would let a question pack that's in another language into the game. All right? Let's just, Can we be nice, please? Right, good. That having been said, let's take a look at our first question on Ja Volum Sirbiju. Which of these B nations does not border Serbia? Bulgaria, Bosnia and Herzegovina, or Brazil? 10 seconds. There you go. It's a nice gentle one to start with. Correct answer is, of course, Brazil, which is almost literally on the opposite side of the planet. Brazil is right. Yes, Bulgaria and Bosnia and Herzegovina both border Serbia. Sea of Green there. Matt, pressure's off for this question. Let's take a look at question number 2. The Serbian language is written in Cyrillic and Latin alphabets, both of which contain how many letters? 30, 40, or 50? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer was 30. Serbian Cyrillic was devised by Vuk Karadnis something, because I've got square so I can't read it, in 1814, while the Latin alphabet used to write Serbian was designed by the Croatian linguist Ljudevit Gaj in the 1830s. Also, in regards to Gaj's Latin alphabet, LJ, NJ and D square are all treated as a single letter. Most players getting that one right, including Matt, so pressure off for this next question. Matt, you will be picking the next category either way, and you're one away from tying with Lupine. Let's take a look at question 3. Which of these statements about the Serbian-American engineer and inventor Nikola Tesla is false? Which of these is a false statement about Tesla? The largest airport in Serbia was named in his honour. He was never married. His father was a Roman Catholic priest. Which one of those is a lie about Tesla? 10 seconds. Two truths, one lie, indeed so. The correct answer. His father was a Roman Catholic priest. Yes, Belgrade Nikola Tesla Airport, IATA code BEG, is the largest airport in Serbia. He was indeed never married. I think he had some casual girlfriends, but never married. His father, Militon Tesla, 1819 to 1879, was a priest, but of the Eastern Orthodox Church. It wouldn't have been Roman Catholic in Serbia. A few players getting that one right. Matt, unfortunately, missing. So you get to pick the next category, but pressure is on for the first question. Let's go back to the category board. Parkrun, February 2025 in sport. The acting roles of David Lynch, and no swap available. One new category. Yellow by BC. We've had green. Are we going to have another colour? We are indeed. Yellow, BC. Sorry, you're not getting much to do tonight, but you get 3 free points on 100 pennies. BC submit the green card. Yes, he did. Yes, there was a green and a yellow. So, subject is yellow. Let's take a look at the first question. Yellow was the first top 5 UK single for which band in 2000? Take that, Boyzone, or Coldplay? 10 seconds. Well, you're all going yellow as you get your answers in. It's a dull song, but it was the first top 5 single for Coldplay. I didn't mean to lecture. I didn't want to preempt it because I thought I know this is coming up somewhere in the question. I thought if I draw attention to it, that makes it even more obvious. You weren't to know. You weren't to know. You're all good. It was all yellow. Oh god, they're so dull, aren't they? Everything sounds like Coldplay now. Yeah. Anyway, Coldplay was the right answer. No dramas there. Pressure still on Matt here. Let's take a look at question 2. Which of these waves has a shorter wavelength than yellow light? Ultraviolet light, infrared radiation, or radio waves? 10 seconds. St. Bent of the beach. We've got a beach. There's a beach like a 10-minute jog from my front door, which is very cromulent. I go there relatively often. Correct answer. UV. Yellow light generally has a wavelength of 565 to 590 nm. Nanomoles? What's NM stand for? No idea. UV light, on the other hand, is between 10 and 399 nm. Nanometers, thank you. I've got nanometers talking about length, idiot. UV was the right answer, and Matt, it is another right answer. You are going to get to pick the next category, and you are into the lead with the score 6 correct answers. If you get this one right, you will guarantee your place in the final, because there are only 6 further questions. You might have guaranteed it already, because even if you get this one wrong, someone is only going to no one's going to be able to tie. You're in the final. Well played. Let's see how long we can keep you in the spotlight for as we look at our third yellow question. Yellowstone National Park was signed into law by which US president? Theodore Roosevelt, Grover Cleveland, or Ulysses S. Grant? 10 seconds. Norman Mailer, yes, 399 Norman Mailers. Correct answer. Ford Nix Carter, yes indeed. It was Grant. It was signed into law in 1872 and is generally considered the first national park in the world. Just a handful of players getting this: Lexi, Nando, and Fetz. Lexi in under a second. Blimey, that was fast. So yes, Ulysses S. Grant. It's the wrong answer from Matt, but you are still in the spotlight. Pressure's going to be on for your first question. But let's pick our next category. Park Run, February 2025 in sport. The acting roles of David Lynch, and one new category for you. 90s electronic dance act The Shaman by Brig Bother. Which of those are you going to go for? Yay! Park Run! I'll take the 100 pennies. I won't take the 3 free points. Let's see how you get on with 3 questions on Park Run. Here's your first. First taking place at Bushy Park, London in 2004, Park Run is a weekly amateur running event that covers what distance? 3k, 5k, or 10k? 10 seconds. I mean, I wang on about it loudly and at length often enough that I'm hoping no unit specified. What do you think the K is, Proogs? That is the unit. Do you pay attention? That's the question. The answer: 5k. Kilometres. Yes, it's not 1,000. It's not 5,000. It's a 5k. It's generally what you... I know K is 1,000, but it's also in running speak. You would refer to a 3k, a 5k, a 10k. You're really going to pick me up on that? I know what I'm talking about with running. It's a 5k. And most of us getting it right, including Matt. Yes, technically also 1,000. Yes, I know it's technically also 1,000 metres. Let's move on rapidly. 5k is the answer. You're making me sad about my Park Run pack now. Stop being mean about my questions. You knew what it was asking. Come on. Stop being so pedantic. Question 2. Patellofemoral pain syndrome, PFPS, is a common ailment amongst many park runners. What is it more commonly known as? Runner's hip, runner's knee, or runner's shin? 10 seconds. That's time. Correct answer. Oh, almost a sea of green there. Yeah, runner's knee. It's something that I get. You've got runner's heel at the moment, Nando. I get runner's knee really bad, my right knee, which is why I have to have it strapped. It involves a dull ache around or behind the kneecap and is extremely common amongst runners and cyclists. The author himself suffers from it in his right knee and consequently has to run with the strap. I've just told you that, but I get excited about parkrun and running in general. So I did a 6k just before stream. Just went out, did a 6k run around the village. It was very nice in the sun. Runner's knee is the right answer. Matt, no drama there. The pressure is off. So let's see if you can get this question right as well. You behave, Clive of Legend. Accurate as of the 30th of May 2026, what is the fastest recorded unassisted park run time? Remember, it's 5,000 metres, 5 kilometres. Options: 13 minutes 44 seconds, 15 minutes 13 seconds, 18 minutes 5 seconds. 10 seconds. No, I think it's running around with someone propping you up. Oh, wait for this. Correct answer. 13 minutes 44 seconds. For context, my fastest time remains 22 minutes 50, which was set on the 5th of July 2025, accurate as of the 30th of May 2026, and it is still my fastest time, 22:50. The 13 minutes 44 was set by Irish athlete Nick Griggs at Victoria Park, Belfast on 9th November 2024. 15 minutes 13 seconds is the fastest women's time, set by Northern Irish athlete Ciara McGeehan at Victoria Park, Belfast on the 23rd of December 2023. Right for this. 18 minutes 5 seconds, which is what Matt went for. This is my best mate John's fastest time at Chichester Park Run, which he set at Chichester on the 2nd of July 2022. He was still only the second finisher that day. He matched it in June last year, and I said he's never surpassed it, but he did so last week, but at a different course. He went to the Littlehampton one, which is an easier course and just a straight line. So yeah, he's rapid. He does 18-minute park runs. I'm happy with 23. 350 per minute, 350 meters per minute. Yeah, it's quick. 13 minutes 44 is very, very quick. Does he enjoy them? I think he does enjoy them, but yes, no, I'm not quite sure on the distinction between an assisted and an unassisted park run, but I assume assisted means someone takes you round. I don't know. Anyway, I'll find out. That is the end of the park run questions, and Matt, you get to pick the final category of the game. Yes, or a car. Assisted by a car. February 2025 in Sport by Lupine. The acting roles of David Lynch by Toot. 90s electronic dance act The Shaman by Brig. No Swap. And your final category, Northern Ireland by BC 2014. Which are we going for, and can you complete the full run? We're going for the acting roles of David Lynch by Now Cut That Out. Okay, let's take a look at our first question. David Lynch has not provided voices for which animated series? Family Guy, King of the Hill, or Robot Chicken? 10 seconds. It might be. If you go around with a dog. The dog pulls you around. Time. Correct answer. Good pull there, Matt. If that was a guess, very nicely done. King of the Hill is the right answer. You've got 9 spotlight points. The pressure is still on to get this next one right. Otherwise, we're going to have to put somebody into the spotlight for a single question. But it might mean that they get a fast track into the next game of Spotlight next season if they're here. 8 Minky, welcome to the stream, my dude. Very good to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Next. David Lynch played the uncredited extra role of Man in Bowler Hat in Mob Chasing Merrick in which of his films? The Straight Story, The Elephant Man, or Dune? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer. It was the Elephant Man. John Merrick, I think, was the Elephant Man, played by John Hurt in the film. But David Lynch, an uncredited extra role as man in bowler hat in mob chasing Merrick. Very well played on getting the right answer. You are going to be in the spotlight to the end of the game. We will eject you and then bring you back. But let's see if we can get this final question right. In fact, pressure's off. You won't be eliminated either way except for the end of the run. Let's take a look at it. Which director did David Lynch play in The Fabelmans? Alfred Hitchcock, John Ford, or Frank Capra? 10 seconds. That's time, and the correct answer was John Ford. It's a wrong answer from Matt, but he doesn't care. He's through to the final, and it was the last question before the final anyway. And Matt, a great run from you there. Comfortably in the lead as our spotlight player tonight. You're going to get to take on the gauntlet at the end. With 10 correct answers, we briefly have to eliminate you, because that's how the logic works. And I'm going to take this opportunity to look at the spotlight leaderboard. Out of 10 questions, we can see we've got 3 players, Conradalak, Stilgar and Itzotley, who have all managed to achieve 9. Nobody has managed to get 10 in the spotlight final yet. Could tonight be our first time? Let's find out as we bring Matt back to the spotlight. I think you still have to press the button, Matt. There we go. So, no more eliminations, but 10 further questions, 1 from each of the 10 categories that we've seen. And the objective here is just to get as many as you can right. So, I don't think we do the lights. Maybe we do the lights, but you can't be eliminated at this point. You're just trying to play for as many correct as you can. Okay? Very best of luck. Let's go to the spotlight board. Here's our first question. Which of these is the name of a game on the UK edition of the Cube? Apex, Purge, or Pyramid? This is from Ben from earlier on, and Ben, you can and should answer. 10 seconds. Fine. There was no theme to these answers, none whatsoever. Correct answer is Apex, which involves throwing a ball into a tall tube in the centre of the cube. And yes, there's obviously no theme, because I don't know what Apex spelt like that is, because, I mean, if there was a reference to any game night stuff, Apex is stylised all in capital letters, isn't it? Probably. Good start, Matt. You've got 1 on the board. To our next one. Giant Stompy Robots with Lasers by Stilgar. Stilgar, you can and should answer. In Star Wars, what is the name of the 2-legged walkers seen briefly in The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi? ATPT? ATST? Stop! 10 seconds. Correct answer. ATST, also seen in The Mandalorian Season 1, Episode 4, Sanctuary, and many, many video games. It stands for All-Terrain Scout Transport. ATPT is the smaller open cockpit walker seen in several old expanded universe materials, and the STAP are flying platforms used by battle droids in The Phantom Menace. So now you know. 2 in a row so far, Matt. We're going well. On to our third question. How to beat the casino by Ape Minky. Ape, if you've joined the game, which I don't think you have, but if you have, you can and should answer. In which of these gambling games could one mark cards to leverage an advantage? Video poker, baccarat, or bingo? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer. It's a wrong answer from Matt. His first wrong answer of the final. The answer is Baccarat. Pokestar Phil Ivey was at the centre of a Baccarat card marking scandal in the mid-2010s. Video poker uses a virtual deck, so cannot be tampered with. And in bingo, marking your cards is the entire point of the game. So you can't leverage an advantage by marking your cards. It's literally what you're supposed to do. Baccarat twice today. I think Baccarat was twice today, but in the... Oh no, it was in JR's Cryptex pack, wasn't it? I was just thinking of seeing Baccarat earlier on. I thought, did we see it earlier on in Spotlight? But no, it came up in JR's Cryptex as well. You're still on 2, Matt. You can still tie for the top with 9. Let's go to question number 4. It's Green by BC, who can and should answer. Earth Day is annually held in which month? February, March, or April? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer? April 22nd to be exact. It's been running since 1970, and it was when the countdown on the Echo the Dolphin website expired, and then the website crashed and nothing else happened. It was very exciting. There's an Echo the Dolphin remake coming out. I'm very excited. April is the answer. No drama there for Matt. Let's go to the halfway point. Question number 5. Take a look. Cast Ford or Nixon by Clive, who can and should answer. Which of these well-known screen actors is both one award off an EGOT and the only one to win a Golden Raspberry Award? I'll read that again because I screwed it up. Which of these well-known screen actors is both one award off an EGOT and the only one to win a Golden Raspberry Award? Is it Cynthia Nixon, Harrison Ford, or Ralph Carter? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer? Cynthia Nixon. Ralph Carter's got 1 Tony nomination and has never troubled the Razzies. Harrison Ford, only 1 nomination for an Oscar and only 1 nomination for a Razzie, but no wins. Also, I can't imagine Harrison Ford winning a Grammy somehow. Cynthia Nixon, on the other hand, an Emmy, Grammy, and a Tony, and a Razzie for Sex and the City 2, which she shared with the rest of the leading ladies. She's yet to win an Oscar. Almost everybody getting that one wrong there, but very well done if you did get the right answer. Matt, your high score is now potentially 8 as we pass the halfway mark. Let's take a look at our next question. The Absolute State of Modern Art by John. Which artist created 10,000 unique hand-painted works on paper, each paired with an NFT, and asked buyers to choose between keeping the NFT or the physical artwork? This really does suit the category of this question in the absolute state of modern art. Options: Jeff Koons, Damien Hirst, or Yayoi Kusama? 10 seconds. No fucking thanks. Time. Correct answer. It's Damien Hirst, and I have no further information to offer you on this particular subject, I'm afraid. Well played if you got that one right. I've heard of Damien Hirst, but I just don't have any more information there. Next. Matt, you're on 4. Ja volem Surbiju by Alexander. Celebrated on the 28th of June, Vidovdan is designated by the Serbian Orthodox Church as a memorial day for a battle from which war? The Ottoman Wars, World War II, or the Crimean War? 10 seconds. I doubt very much she was at this particular battle, though, Proogs, given the correct answer is the Ottoman Wars, specifically the Battle of Kosovo, aka St. Vitus's Day is what Vidovdan means, an official working holiday in Serbia and an important part of Serbian identity. Not the wrong answer there, Matt. You've got 4 spotlight points with a few questions to go. I can't actually tell you because it doesn't tell me on the operator for reasons best known to past Ben, but let's take a look at the next question all the same. It's Yellow by BC who can and should answer. Which metal ion burns with a yellow flame in a Bunsen burner flame test? Is it potassium, sodium, or copper? 10 seconds. Time. Correct answer. It's sodium. Potassium burns lilac and copper burns green. That question not troubling you there, Matt. You've got 5 correct. And I think we've got 2 questions to go. So 7 could be what we're chasing. Let's take a look at the next question. Yes, parkrun. According to their logo and website, how is the word parkrun officially styled? Parkrun? Parkrun? Or parkrun? 10 seconds. Fine. And the correct answer was parkrun, all lowercase, though I elect for parkrun with a capital P in my Strava stats. And Strava, which is of course just look at this graph, which is what goes through my head every time I show someone a Strava stat now. Every time I go running, it's like, yes, look at what I runninged. Look at what I runninged. Parkrun, all lowercase. No drama there, Matt. You've got 6. And I believe we've got one final question. The acting roles of David Lynch by Toot. David Lynch starred in Zelly and Me alongside which woman? His ex-wife. Mimi Rogers, Isabella Rossellini, or Sharon Stone? 10 seconds. Very lucky man. Correct answer. Isabella Rossellini, who I believe was in that marvellous Ralph Fiennes film Conclave a year or 2 ago. She played the I think that was Isabella Rossellini. If it is, she was marvellous in that, as is everything. I might, you know what, I might go and watch Conclave tonight. I encourage all of you to do the same. When the quiz is over and we're settling down for the night, put Conclave on. It's a very good film. You won't regret it, I promise. And I believe, after 10 questions, that is the end of the quiz. Chance of JR. Well, GG, Matt the Sprat. 10 questions on a real range of subjects there, and you have managed to get 7 correct, which is going to put you joint 6th on the leaderboard, but amongst some very esteemed company there. Nando, Samster, Connors, and Arun have all gotten 7 out of 10 in Spotlight. You will join their ranks on the Spotlight leaderboard. We've got Vertigo and Lupine, who both managed to get 8. Conrad Lex, Stilgar, and it's Sotley at the top with 9. Nobody has managed to get 10 correct answers in the Spotlight final, and it goes by another season. We'll have to see if you can manage it next season. Before we wrap, let's take a look at the overall leaderboard. It's a gold medal for Lexi, 37. That's an astonishingly good score. Very well done indeed. Shapes picks up the silver with 32. And it's AB Me who takes the bronze with 30. Very well done. 2 armed medalists there. And of course, those scores will translate into pennies. I think it's times by 10. It might even be times by 20. It probably tells you on your device because it told me it's been written to the drive. So if I refresh here, Matt, you are... Oh, you're not in the leaderboard. That's a shame. You should be on the leaderboard. Refresh. You've written to the drive. Why aren't you there? If I go away from Spotlight and then load it again, maybe. Yeah, there you are. That's right. You are now on my Spotlight leaderboard. Well done. So, very well done, everybody there. And I hope you had fun. Very many thanks to all of the writers who've contributed to Spotlight. Remember, you can write for Spotlight at any time that you like. And after that game tonight, I think I said, do we have 23 at the start? 23, 24? There were 27 unused packs with 13 distinct authors. And there are now 17 unused packs. Well, I don't know how many distinct authors there are, but there's enough to play at least one more game of Spotlight. But do send your Spotlight packs to me. And do go and register for QForge. New QForge. New Forge, indeed. If you want to go and do that, do go and register a writer's account. You don't have to commit to doing any writing, but just get yourself an account and you can have a look around and maybe you'll get inspired to write something. You start jotting things down and then before you know it, you'll have a full question pack. So I would encourage everyone to go and do it. I'll go and authorise all those accounts as part of the pack down tonight. Big thanks once again to all the writers who did contribute to that and very many congratulations to our medalists and particularly to Matt on that final run in there. A really great run in the final. I hope you've all had a good time. We've got the Thunderball coming up in about 2 minutes time, so do stick around for the last Thunderball of the season and one of the last opportunities to get some bonus pennies. So if you want to cash in your micro pennies, because of course we've got the penny prize draw on Saturday night at the end of the stream where those pennies will be converted for some of you into some prizes. So cashing in the micro pennies, or you can pay them forward to next season. It's entirely up to you, and you can start with a boost at the front of next season. It's up to you how you want to strategize it. But I think 10,000 pennies equals one ball in the lottery is what we decided, or what I decided last season. So let's just take a look at the penny bank. We say AB Me is 231 off having 7 balls in the lottery. So yeah, it's up to you how you want to maximise or minimise or not use your pennies. But we've got the Thunderball coming up, and maybe your decisions will change after that. I'm going to roll the credits, and I will. Why am I going to press? I don't want to press that button. I will see you for the Thunderball in just a moment. It's Thursday night, we're live from the Game Night Control Centre, and it is time for the midweek Thunderball draw! KQRF, sounds like a radio station in America. Do come and join. Lucky dip my Thunderballs. I'm just going to go through some more raid messages. Right, I've got far too many on my shortlist. So I'm going to have to do a second shortlist. Right, I think I've got my shortlist. Lovely, lovely. And yes, just going through the users who've signed up. I've got 9 pending, and I promise you I will go and do them all immediately after stream. You need to get the writer's role if you don't. If you're a new writer and just signing up, you need the writer's role, which you can self-assign in bot commands in the Discord, which you can join there, by the way. The website now doesn't need capitalization to get to Pennybank, whereas it did before. I've made some tweaks to it, so you can now go to persephoneshare.com/pennybank without having to capitalize the P and the B, and you can go check out your pennies in your medal cabinet there. Also, on demand is you don't need the capital O or the capital D to get there now, which is enormously exciting as well. persephoneshare.com/on demand, lowercase or up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It should just send you back there, I think. Don't try it all uppercase, that might not work. But anyway, do go and check out On Demand. And if you are watching on the VOD on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And spread the word to like-minded quiz friends. Yeah, there's the Discord. If I did I say that already? I've said it again now. So do come and join. But yeah, QForge is now up on the website. And it's all, it's all much easier to write stuff. So I'm hoping we're going to get people coming forward to write next season, and the whole process will be about 1 billion times easier. This coming Saturday, it is the season finale. We have got Danger Zone by me. JR said to me it's too hard. We might be diluting it at some point this weekend, possibly. I don't think it was, but I will take my good with the bad. So I think we're going to have another pair of eyes on that, and I will concede. So I would dilute some difficulty. We've then got The Drain Grand Final, a run BC jogging and shapes. Very excited about that, so make sure you're here for that. And then we have got Front Page, which I've written and Lewis hasn't said is too hard, all about some of the news stories that have been going on over the last few weeks. So very much looking forward to getting Front Page back out of the box and sharing that with you. That's going to be the last quiz of the season, and then we'll have the penny prize draw before we wrap up and I go off on my holidays for a few weeks. No news has happened, I know, right? I will probably still be around over the coming weeks, but I probably won't be streaming until I'm back for season 23 on the 22nd of August. But do come and join the Discord and keep hanging out, because I will be somewhat of an online presence even if I'm not on Twitch. And thank you all, everybody, for your contributions to Game Night Season 22. It's been a great season, and some good things have come out of it, and on to the next, I think. But one more episode first. Right, Rob D. Raven, welcome to the stream just in time for a Thunderball draw. Too many, what's that say? There's too many, I'm going to have to do a second shortlist. There are indeed. Right, I think we should hide the room code because we've got a lot of people in already. 37 to be exact, almost a full front lobby. So let's lock it up and let's start the machine. Oh, excellent. Thank you for confirming that, Tin Man. I didn't know. I thought all caps probably. I knew all lower would work, but I'm glad all caps does as well. Right, tonight it's about the third time in a row we're using Guinevere. Guinevere in set of balls number 6. She's obviously very popular. Here's what you could be winning on the Thunderball tonight: 100 pennies if you match just the Thunderball, 500 with the Thunderball and 1. And then anything from 250 up to 50,000 if you match 2 numbers or more. 9 distinct Thunderballs on your line, Alex. I've got, well, not that. I've got 2 9s and 2 4s and 2 14s, so not that. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Tonight's sneeze has been sponsored by Michael Jackson. Thank you, Stilgar. Right, that's what you could win. And let's release those big money balls. Craig David. What's that bow selector? Did the Craig David thing. That's what ruined his career. It's not funny, but it is a bit. Michael Jackson sneeze as a raid message. Right. Good luck, everybody. Let's start the draw. The final Thunderball of the season. Let's see what we can do. First one out tonight. It's number 32. I've got that in the middle of my first line. Fourth appearance in the main Thunderball draw. Last saw it Thursday, the 9th of July. I'm fine, Fets. Don't you worry your head. Don't you worry your head, Elizabeth. Sorry, that's a line from Coronation Street. It's very niche. Second ball. Right, old Coronation Street as well. Number 27. Fourth appearance in the main Thunderball draw. Last saw it Thursday, the 19th of March. A smooth criminal. Third ball. One along, number 28. Sixth appearance in the main Thunderball draw. We last saw it Thursday, the 18th of June. Don't call me Benjamin Vertigo. No one calls me Benjamin, ever. And you get told off for calling me Benjamin. 3 on the same lines, a good start. Oh, we've got a misfire there. No, Benjamin is not something I respond to. The only person allowed to call me that is my mum. Normally when I've done something wrong. Another one along, 29. Seventh appearance in the main Thunderball draw. Last appeared Thursday, the 9th of July. Sophie, are you about to go broke? Need a 20. Let's see what happens. The fifth ball. Oh, fair enough, Vertigo. All is forgiven then. I didn't get it without the Irish accent. Not quite 20. It's number 17. Fifth appearance in the main Thunderball draw. We last saw it Thursday, the 14th of May. So those are our 5 numbers. Now, the one that could make all the difference. Let's start the second machine. Reminder of what you could win. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 lines with 1 number. So potentially hundreds, potentially 500s. 14, 4. 14 would be good. I've got that twice. 4 wouldn't be bad. I've got that twice as the Thunderball. 14 is probably my best one here. 14 or 4. We'll take that. Let's see what happens. Let's release the Thunderballs. Okie dokie. Best of luck to you all. Let's start the draw. The light goes orange. The Thunderball tonight. No, not first time. Gonna have a redraw. We get one this time, I think. Indeed we have. It's number 1! Who asked for number 1? Was that Lupine? Yes, it was indeed number 1 Lupine. And tonight's winning line, this time in ascending numerical order, is number 17. Number 27. Number 28. Number 29. And number 32. The Thunderball is number 1. Bad luck, I'm afraid you haven't won today. Maybe next time. Well, let's take a look. Sophie with 4 without the Thunderball, though. 2,500 pennies. That's a big haul from a single line. JR 1,500 for 2 with the Thunderball. Likewise, Stimpson. And then 1,000 for 3 without AB Me, Fetz, Colin. And then a few people getting 1 with the Thunderball there. Vertigo, JR, Score, Colin, Ralph. Only Matt and Woollybat, probably a few others as well. Overall big winners, Sophie, 3,600 pennies. That is a hefty haul across 4 lines. JR, 2,500 over 4, not bad there either. Colin, 2,000 over 4. Stimson, 1,500 on the 1. Fetch, 1,350 over 3. Ben, 1,350 over 4. AB me, 1,000 on 1. And Matt, 1,000 over 3. Those look like some very cromulent hauls tonight. Very well done if you have managed to get some money out of the machine, and there are going to be a few lotteries. There are 5 lotteries queued up. So I'm going to do those because people are going on and want to know what they're on ahead of the penny prize draw. Don't forget, you will have an opportunity on Saturday as well to cash in any more micro pennies if you don't want to do it tonight. But for now, we have got 5 lotteries, post-lottery lotteries. Veal success to you all. Whoa, 4943 for Fluffy, 528 for Frugs, 1848 for Score, 1872 for Nando, and 886 for Lewis. It's Fluffy who defies the biggest odds there, just shy of 5,000 pennies from the post-lottery lottery. Very well done there, Fluffy. And that will add up very nicely, I'm sure, ahead of the penny prize draw. Penny Bank should have been updated. Let me press refresh. AB Me has just crept over the 70,000 mark. So AB Me, you are going to get 7 balls into the penny prize draw machine on Saturday. I mean, there's a non-zero chance you'll get another 10,000 pennies between now and then. I mean, it's unlikely, but not impossible. Stimson is under 1,000 away from the next factor of 10,000, multiple of 10,000. BC is just a couple of hundred away from the next multiple of 10,000. Ape is just 200 away from the next multiple of 10,000. Lewis is 3 away from the next. 29,997 is just 3 away. And Matt the Ref, Puzzled Dan, also within 500. Zeus just over 1,000 away. So, yeah, you do need 10,000, and it's 1 lottery ball for every 10,000 pennies that you get. A reminder, if you don't just want to read the chat, of course you can go !pennies to look at the chat, but after the stream, they won't be live just yet, but after the stream I'll update the database because that still uses Git. I haven't moved that over to Firestore yet. That's a job for the next 6 months. You will be able to go and check out your full penny bank and medal cabinets to see what you're on and what you need to get this Saturday night. That is going to be it from Quiz and Lottery. I'm going to roll the credits, pick a raid message. We're going to go and raid, and then our evening will be concluded. So thank you all for playing the Thunderball. I'll see you for the raid in just a minute. And friends, that is it for the penultimate episode of Game Night. Can I extend my thanks once again to JR for a fab pack of Cryptex and to all the writers who contributed to Spotlight this evening. Don't forget, you can go and sign up for a QForge account now, even if you've not done any writing before. Now's a great time to start. The app makes it very, very easy just to log in and write questions. And if you haven't got the Question Writer app in the Discord, hell, if you're not in the Discord, come and join it. And then get yourself the Question Writer role so you get access to the extra sections therein. Everyone who has just signed up for an account, I'm going to go and sort those all out very, very shortly. Do you fancy some Sonic speedruns tonight? I just fancy a change of pace. And Joey is doing some Sonic 1 glitchless speedruns for world record. He's a good egg, is Joey. He's a Twitch partner and friend of the HUDs community. And he's not always online. So let's go and raid Joey Baby 69, who's doing Sonic the Hedgehog world records. But let's pick a raid message. First of all, honourable mentions. Matt the Sprat, 3 Unity apps in a trench coat. From Stilgar, shirts are overrated. JR, bring me a cider very now. And in a similar vein, Matt the Sprat, very walking. From Green Day, shut up, Ben, spotlight. Prugs, I don't normally go for very personal messages from people, but this one did tickle me. Prugs is no longer on a tram. From Puzzle Down, the Clintons brought socks. I don't know if I can do this because I'm going to someone I haven't seen for a while. I don't want to get insta-banned. So, honourable mentions for Ardenfets, no further room for penis. And from Puzzle Down, is one of them a penis? That's very good. I think that might be close to a winner. Two Michael Jackson related ones coming in towards the end from SJ. A Michael Jackson sneeze goes, achoo, from SJ. And from Conrad Black, this one is funny. Ahee! It's very, very funny. So I've got it down to 6. From Stimson's Angle, shut your dog mouth. From Dalton, it's always legal until it isn't. From Sooty Cat, you're all rotters. Top 3. Dalton again, a sea of green and BC. I'm torn. Very torn here. Oh, both of these work. Both of these work really, really well. Which one do we go for? I think... I'm genuinely torn. 8 Minky, you're my runner-up. Running with the strap on is the runner-up. Oh! But it's a worthy winner, I think you'll agree. It's Oni and his way with words, which he so often does. Tonight's raid message is Pope Womble the First. That was a very tough... Two very different sorts of raid message at the end there, but Pope Womble the First just ekes it for me tonight. It's also slightly cleaner, and we're going to someone I haven't raided for a while. So Pope Womble the First is going to be our raid message. We are going to go and raid Joey Baby 69 and say Pope Womble the First. I'm just going to check that yes, they're on Marble Zone. They've been going for 6.5 hours, so they might not be there much longer. So let's get it underway. Joey Baby 69. Yes. That's it. That's it from me for another game night. Stay cool, stay hydrated, because it is still very, very warm here in the UK. So I'll go and authorise all of those QForge accounts. Everyone, if you haven't got one yet, go and get a QForge account. I strongly encourage you to do so. I'm going to be back on Saturday with the season finale. Ash is here tomorrow. Don't forget, with the French thing with the name that I can't remember. And I'm going to be back on Saturday with the season finale, Danger Zone, the Drain Grand Final, front page, and the penny prize draw. You'd be mad to miss it. It's going to be a great night, and I will see you then. And until then, you have been watching Game Night with me, Royal Flush. Be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. And as always, take care, peace out, and good night.